Eminent guests are requested to please join us for a presentation by the Municipal Commissioner of Kalyan Dombivli Municipal Corporation. The Commissioner will present a smart city plan of Kalyan Dombivli Municipal Corporation, how they are looking and they are moving forward to develop Kalyan Dombivli as a smart city. And the government officials from across the nation and industry leaders and everybody in the hall, you can ask questions to the respected commissioner after he finishes his 20 minutes of presentation. So now, I'm glad to invite Shri E. Ravindran, IAS, Municipal Commissioner, Kalyan Dombivli Municipal Corporation for a presentation. A round of applause for Mr. E. Ravindran.
So good morning to you all, and just before I get into the smart city proposal, I would like to give a brief about the Kalyan Dombivli Municipal Corporations. The corporation is having three major cities. One is Kalyan, another is Dombivli, another is developing city called Titwala. So these are the major cities which is located very linear positions along the central railway stations. Its population is around 15.2 lakh as per the census 2011. Maybe as on today, it may be around 18 to 19 lakh we expect, and more than 3 to 4 lakh, which is the floating populations. So we expect around 20 to 20 lakh populations in the city. Area of our city is now recently around 27 villages added to the corporation area. It's around 116 square kilometers as on today. It's act as a dormitory city. The reason is that the most of the populations who resides here actually having almost 55 to 56% populations which move out of the city for the employment. They generally goes to the Mumbai Suburban, Navi Mumbai and Thane. The presentation structure I am taking into this, that Kalyan Dombivli strengths and opportunities, vision and growth strategy, smart city proposal, other interventions which is already initiated are going to be taken in future in the Kalyan Dombivli Municipal Corporation area. So as per SWOT analysis we did, so strengths if you take up, it's an excellent rail connectivity. The entire city is located on the railway track. If you take in, since we have studied almost 4 decades, how the city grown. Its city grows only as in the peripheral and the linear fashions along the railway tracks. So it means that the people who are coming from outside, they settle very close to the railway stations. So low vehicular density, now still we are facing problem traffic, but still it is a one of the low vehicular density cities in the India. It's basically, I told it's a dormitory city, it's a transit city. The most important feature of the city is that we have very good water supply. The reason is maybe in the summer this year we faced a shortage of water, but otherwise our water supply is good because we have getting ample of water supply, and also we have the processing units of almost 400 MLD per day. This is the most important point for us. And affordable housing. Housing also it's not much costlier as good like Mumbai or Thane. So that is also preferred by the citizens. And most important is that the almost 32-kilometer long Ullas Creek, which gives a beautiful look to the city. If it is beautified, it will be very good for our city. And most important feature, another important feature is that we are the pioneering e-governance city. We can say that in India, in 2002, the e-governance project was started, and the same pattern was copied to almost all municipal council in Maharashtra. Later, the same project was adopted by the government of India. Almost all over India, this project has been implemented. So important features, other important features is 91% literacy rates, and access to sanitation is almost 98%. This is actually the rate by the government of India. So we are almost 100% access to the sanitations. Shortly we can go for open defecation free. And we have the capacity, strong positive budget. Almost we have implemented 1,500 crores in last 5 years. It's from the government of India projects. Beyond that, we have almost 650 crores our own income. So now we are taking the steps to increase our own income, which may be in the next financial we are aiming at around, our own income goes to around 1,000 crores. 80% cost recovery for water supply operations. This is another important features. Under JNURM also and Amrut also, we are almost achieving all the reforms which is directed by the Government of India. Weakness, if you take, this also we studied, the most important is that the congestion in the railway station area. The people want to get close to the railway station area because they want to catch train very easy. So the congestion starts in the railway station area. And poor traffic management, and it's very, you may laugh at this because we don't have any functional signals in the entire city. So this is another important area which we want to improve. Lack of recreational and garden areas. We have so much of reservations. In last 5-6 years, we have developed so many parks and gardens. Still, we have scope to improve. Then lack of treatment of safe disposal of solid waste. We have no mechanism to process. So now we have taken project under Swachh Bharat Mission. We have almost 115 crore project already sanctioned by the Government of India. So we are working on that. The another weakness is that open drains and nalas. So almost 18 kilometer nalas, which is actually, it's maybe the lifeline of our Kalyan would have been in the past. Now it has converted into the drains. So that we are working on that. Low sewerage network, almost we have to cover 12 sectors to cover, almost around 30 sectors we already covered with the help of JNURM. Now 12 sectors we are going to cover in future. So that is also we are proposing under Amrut mission. So I hope that next few years we will be covering that also. So pollution level, if you think that the adjoining areas have the chemical industries, and within our area also there is a MIDC area. So we are aiming that how to reduce the pollution also. Existing open dumping site of this, many of you must have seen that when you enter into the city, there is a heap of garbages. So that we are going for a scientific closure. So that project is already approved, and the tender also we have completed all tender formalities. Shortly, maybe within a couple of months, we'll be start working on that. So that is another big challenges we are having. And 35% of the slum populations, see, it's another big challenge. The inaugural session, Honorable Chief Minister announced that SRE will be given, maybe cluster approach will be given. And the PMOI, we are doing the survey, and maybe shortly if the PMOI comes, we will try to improve all 73 slums. Another important weakness is that city is not self-sustaining. The reason is that almost 56% of the employees, the population moves out of the city for their employment opportunities. So we don't have the mechanism to retain the population here. That means we don't have any industries or maybe the service industries mechanisms within the city. Lack of super specialty hospitals. So this is another, this is also we are working. In the speech of Honorable Mayor, he mentioned that the corporation going for the medical college and super specialty hospital. So opportunities what we have. If you take up that this is very close, or maybe that's on the line of Eastern Freight Corridor, Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, Multimodal Corridor, etc., passing through this area. This is the most locational advantages. And 37% of the service open land available. As per our DP plan, this is the biggest strength which is not available with any other corporations which is close to the Mumbai. We can say that next to that Thane Corporation is that. Another side we have the Navi Mumbai corporations. If you take the land pattern usage, we still have 40%, around 40% open land which we can plan and develop in future. So it will be the biggest advantages what Kalyan Dombivli is having. So taking into this consideration only, Maharashtra government recently announced the growth center of 1,000 hectares. So they have kept the budget also, and the MMRD is taking this project, so that will be going to support us. Strong IT based, in the speech of Honorable CM mentioned that the Oracle is likely to be the partner with us. This is the reason that we are last 15 to 16, 17 years we are using the Oracle. So that is the reason why the Oracle is very much interested in Kalyan to have the partnership with that. 7 large natural lakes. It's almost 27 natural lakes which may not be available in other cities. It is the big, beautiful features which we have. And also we have that almost 32 kilometers of the waterfront. This is another big features we have. Growth center proposed by MMRD is already I mentioned that. What is the threat? Suppose even if you want to, we have to compete with the other 2 cities, Thane and Navi Mumbai. So that is another important threat, and another important threat we face that the chemical industries which is close to or maybe the bordering our municipal areas. So now I'll take through the what are the visions we come into. After our consultation process, we had done a very deep and very elaborate consultation process. In the first round, we could not able to do the very elaborate consultation process because of the elections. We had elections of corporations, so we could not able to do it properly. Maybe in the next second round, we almost had a very elaborate things consultation process. So during the consultation process, we used all the media. We had a very good responses from electronic media also and door-to-door consultation also. In the door-to-door consult also we crossed more than 1 lakh. In electronic media also we crossed more than 1 lakh consultation process. Out of which we come to 3 important areas what the citizen prioritized. One is that mobility and mass transit facilities. The second is improved solid waste management. Third is public spaces and greens. These are the top priority which is given by the citizens. So based on that we want to develop our visions, how to give them good mobility and solid waste management facilities and green spaces to the citizen. So I'll skip this one. So visioning, we just planned that Kalyan Dombivli provides a habitat to its citizens with excellent transit facilities within its boundaries and provides a easy access to other parts of the Mumbai metropolitan region. The strategic positioning, this is most important. The reason is that the land which we have, if you develop properly, we can position our city in a strategic manner. That's what we are aiming, that the strategic positioning of the city and a targeted use of large tracts of undeveloped lands will make it a significant growth center. The presence of a long, beautiful waterfront, adoption of clean technologies and a network of green recreational areas will radically improve the quality of air and life in this compact city. This is how somehow from the priority of the citizen we convince developed the vision statement. Maybe we can, before we send the proposal to the government of India, we will refine it and we will send it. So now I'll take through the proposed draft city smart city plan. So our plan is that now there are 2 components in the smart city. As you know, that one component is the area-based development, another component is the pan-city solutions. So in the area-based development, we have to choose the area which is more than around 500 acres of the land. So we have chosen almost 2,054 acres of land. In the pan-city solutions, the solutions which will be dealt in the coming slides. Now in the area-based development, we have taken 3 important areas. One is that when you think about the choices of the citizens, the mobility and the transport, when you go into the minor suggestion of the, very minutely the suggestion of the citizen, they want the station area is very good and easy and it has a good ambience to approach the station area. So based on that, we have given top priority to the station area development. That Kalyan is the most important railway station for the Central Railway. So almost you can say the 6 lakh population commuters are every day is traveling through the stations. And if you think that the 45 to 50 crores per month, the Central Railway earn from the station. So if it's a huge thing, so we are focusing on that. That's next is that close to that area, the second choice given by the citizen is the solid waste management. So what we think, we have chosen the area which include that our existing dumping yard which can be closed and scientifically closed, and we can go for a new SLF or maybe the processing unit. So that also we have kept it. And beyond that, we have, I already told that there is an open space. We have large tract of almost 40% of the land. So we have proposed the new city, like planned city under the town planning scheme. So these are the basic concepts we put in the area-based development. So this I already explained, so I'll skip this slide. Yeah, this also I already explained. Yeah, this is the model town planning scheme. The scheme which we propose is to close to the Ullas River, and this we will be submitting shortly to the body to get the approval of the town planning schemes. The green area which you are shown in the map is the no development zone. Now we are going to convert this for the development zone. So if you convert some of the yellow area, if you see, these are the residential zone and green area is a non-development zone. We are taking the entire tract which is orange marked area. That entire tract we are planning to develop as a new Kalyan. So this in future will give a very good look to the entire city. See, another important features I told already, the mobility and the transit for the citizens. As I told earlier, there is not even a single signal operational in the city. So we are focusing on that, how to improve the signaling system, not only signaling, safety, and also surveillance. So based on that, we are planning to implement an intelligent traffic signaling system and traffic management system also. So Pan City Solutions, we have identified almost 103 services. When we study the all services which are given by or catered by the corporations, we could able to identify almost 2,000, more than 2,000 services. So more than 2,000 services are not day-to-day services which are giving to the citizen. We shortlisted to 103 services which we will give on daily basis. So out of this, already 15 services we put on online, and now that online services convert into mobile app. So these 103 services we have taken into three different. One is that is water supply and sewerage is one sector. Automation of solid waste management is another sector. Another is KDM2. That is public undertakings which provide the fleets to the citizens. We are operating almost more than 100 buses. So everything can be brought into that. Beyond that, we are already having that taxes into the online. And also we are going to, what the Honorable Chief Minister in his speech mentioned, that the town planning sections which gives the building permission or NOC, everything should be on that. We are also working on that, and that also will be included in future. This is, I already explained that integrated traffic management system is our top priority. What happened here? These are the structures which we have, that three structures I told, that basic services, that water supply, sewerage, and drainage, all other things. Second services is the ease of doing businesses, and third is the transport. So these we converge into the data-based management system. This is what we all integrated 103 services converging into a single management information system. What is the cost and expenditure? See, we propose around 2,057 crore proposal, out of which area-based development is 1,873, and Pan City proposal is almost 184 crores. So in this, we have already included some of the projects which is taken by our regional authorities. MMRD has already taken some part of the projects, like Ring Road is already taken by them, and bridge is taken by them. So some of the convergence also we put in this one. Some of the major bridges or elevated roads are taken by the MSRDC. So that convergence also we put in that. And Swachh Bharat mission, we have taken that strengthening of the solid waste management, that also we put into that. So this entire budget goes to around 2,057 crore. This is what I explained, that it is the financial patterns, 184 crores for the Pan City solution. Now, this is the structure which we are going to form a SPV. That still the government guidelines is to come, but once it comes, we will be forming the SPV. And this is proposed SPV as per the government instruction. Still the government resolution has to pass. What are the other initiatives which we have taken? These are the another important part. Though the smart city proposal we are going to submit, simultaneously the other important areas which we want to work, that also we have taken. I will take 2-3 slides to conclude this one. If you take almost last 10 to 15 years, we are disposing our biomedical waste through the incinerations. Almost 3-ton incineration plant which is already working successfully. This is the first maybe in Maharashtra we can say that we are disposing biomedical waste through the incinerator. So we have adopted rack picker policy. See, this is the biggest challenge in all cities. What happens when the garbage is collected, and many times it was just thrown by the rack pickers. But what we adopted, we will form a NGO and we will form a facility for them with different locations, maybe 13-14 locations we have identified. There we will give the non-organic materials. There they can segregate, which they can use, they can take it up, which they don't want to use, they can hand over to us, that can be sent to the SLF. So these are the plan we are going to adopt, and which was sanctioned by the Government of India under Swachh Bharat missions. Another important is that already we have acquired land and the process is under this for the 3 SLF. We have planned to develop a 3 SLF at Umbarde, Titwala and Baravi. So this, the process also, tender process we already initiated. Maybe in couple of months this work will start. Construction and demolition waste also we are going to have a separate mechanisms. So recently we in the corporation area, in the June 2015 we had almost 27 villages added to this. So for the development of these 27 villages, we are planning to have their basic amenities like water supply and sewerage and roads. The water supply we have already proposed almost 20 crore from our own budget, and we are proposing under Amrut also for the rest of the systems. And in the 27 villages, Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority is having almost 1,000 crore projects of growth center. Maybe the work going to be starting very recently. So that is also will be the supporting for our Kalyan Dombivli growth. And another important thing is that we have almost 9 railway stations within our Kalyan Dombivli area, out of which 1 we are proposing under smart city, and rest of 8 in the our own initiative we are going to take our projects. So how the entire station area can be clean or maybe accessible, ECC accessible for pedestrian also or commuters also. Another important things, we have already gone ahead for the parking policy, public toilets and urinals, roads and footpaths, designated hawker zone, we are just planning it. Maybe in couple of months we will be floating that also. Public transport already, now we are working on that. Now we got almost 150 buses from the JNURM that we are planning to go on fleet. So that is also we are working on that. We have identified some of the traffic islands which we want to improve it. That is also working. And 24/7 information kiosk we are planning. Maybe in shortly we will be putting on the system. So to enhance the environmental sustainability, we also working on how to increase the green spaces or how to conserve the water bodies. As I mentioned earlier, almost we have 27 important lakes. So we are planning the integrated method of how to conserve all 27 villages and beautify it. Along with we have the waterfront. So this 32-kilometer waterfront and 27 water bodies which we can interlink and how we can maintain it, that preparation of DPR is under process. And another importance, we have 2 major reservation for the development of city park. So for that one city park we already floated tender, we got a DPR approval. Maybe in a couple of months the project will be initiated. Maybe on the field we will start work. The second one is in the Titwala, Manda Titwala regions. That is also another major city park that also we are floating tender for the preparation of DPR. So most important one is that almost some of the projects I already told that some of the projects taken by MMRDA, and the MSRD is taken almost 12 kilometers elevated road from where you enter from the national highway to take a diversion to the Kalyan Dombivli 2, which goes up to Shilpata. So that is almost 12 kilometers elevated road is taken by the MSRDC. And the super specialty hospital and medical colleges. This couple of months before, the general body has passed resolutions to develop. We have the reservation almost 30 acres of land. So we are planning that using this potential of 30 acres of land, it's close to Mumbai's cost almost more than 200 crores of value. So we are using that as the capital, and we are planning to move into the investment of medical college and super specialty hospital. Then second important in the this one key intervention, 130 kilometers of network of road we are planning to take up. The reason that there are some missing links and there are the new area which added, there we want to put our development plan road. So this is another important task we have taken. Already DPR has been prepared. Now we are working on the financial model, how we can go about it. And we are also discussed with the MSRDC. They are also ready to partner with us that once the financial model is finalized, then we'll be initiating this process. And the new sports complex, which have the big reservations for sports complex, and we are planning to invite a DPR for this, and this is located in the Kalyan East. Now we are located in the Kalyan West. And now we are thinking about that new corporation building, and maybe we are thinking which may be included in our TPS scheme. And with this, I close my presentation. If any questions or any queries, if you want, please. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Madhav Joshi. I am from Dombivli. I stay in MIDC residential area. Worked for about 45 years in very senior positions like president in multinational companies, and last 15 years in Tata Group. I am advisor to Tata Group still. My very excellent presentation, thinking, vision, I really appreciate and compliment you and your team for that. The only aspect which I would like to get a clarification is the safety aspect of the citizens. Is it, is it properly thought about? Because the recent explosions in Dombivli where 12 people lost their lives, and multiple agencies have been appointed to do the investigations. But it is the responsibility of the civic body also to give, which gives the storage licenses, fire licenses and others. So what is there any survey or inventory of what is there or what is stored or what is manufactured in the this civic area?
See, from your question, I take into the 2 points. One is that what is the safety measures mentioned in the SCP, Smart City Proposal. The second one is that what is the major incident happened in the Dombivli MIDC area. So the first one thing, maybe I have missed to explain that the integrated traffic management system, which includes the traffic safety along with the surveillance, all things which is included. So that is first part. Second part, that the incident happened in the Dombivli is very sad one. For that, we had a discussion with the Honorable Minister of Industries, and they have put that how to make a check mechanisms and how to go about it. So they have formed a committee for that. Maybe shortly we will be giving the recommendations with the consultation with the all other industrial and citizens also. Maybe from that we will emerge a plan of actions how to make a check on the industry side. So maybe it will take a couple of months by this will be done.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself is Veena Wankhede. I represent IBM India. First of all, I would like to congratulate for the excellent visibility you have towards this Smarter Cities project. One aspect which I was observing during the presentation is that I would like to know that the first thing is I would like to share that the citizen of any of the country or particular city plays an important role in this. So are there been any measures taken in terms of the citizen direct participation? I'm talking about the kiosk system, but a portal where system interact with all the key stakeholders who are going to be the responsible for carrying out this particular operation from that perspective.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
See, whatever the smart city proposal is not planned by me, it's planned by the citizen, rather I can say, because we have not prioritized, whether corporation has not prioritized or even myself is not prioritized. We got the smart city proposal prepared as per the choices of Kalyan Dombivli citizens. We did a elaborate consultation process. In the first, I told you, in the first round I could not able to do it. In the second round, we were little elaborate. So what are the suggestions they give? Based on that, we developed our vision. Based on that, we developed our projects. So that it is the choice of citizens. It's not a choice of the corporation. It's choice of the citizen. So I hope you are convinced on that. And also we are giving facilities on online and offline. Whatever the suggestion they want to make, they can make. Because some of the time we went to door also and given the questionnaires which you like or don't like, or which is your priority. So which is your priority? So the citizens were very good responses. Even I put a counter on the railway station also. Almost we got around 1500 odd suggestion from the Kalyan railway station itself. So it's based on citizen consultation process.
My name is Chirag and I'm from EMC. My personal interest is I'm basically a citizen of Kalyan. being here for last 35 years. I think I wanted to extend the question which my friend from IBM asked, right? That how can citizen participate? Because it's basically, if I look at it, I've been staying here for 40 years now. It's long overdue that Kalyan Dombivli needs to get attention, right? When you look at, everybody talks about Bombay, but nobody talks about Kalyan, which is just next adjacent to Bombay, right? So I think it's a great initiative that you have been taking. I'm seeing a lot of work being happening in city also by your leadership. The question really I wanted to ask is, one is just taking feedback from community and the citizens. Is there a way where we can actually participate? I know there are a lot of challenges, budgetary challenges and all those things, but there are a lot of new technologies like crowdsourcing. There are a lot of proud citizens who wants to actually contribute and volunteer into your initiatives. I think we should all look at how we can actually contribute in some of these initiatives.
See, we have opened some electronic media options of the Facebook, Twitter, or even we have the mail and separate web. If you want to really participate on, you want to contribute to things, you can directly get into that and give your suggestions. And we will take your suggestion and we will call you back, and probably we work as a partner also, and you can give your valuable suggestion through that.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is architect Vijay Pandey, representing architects body. Sir, I just wanted to know कि as new Kalyan is getting developed and lots of bigger projects are there, so suppose architects or builders coming together, if they plan to make their complex as a zero garbage, like providing STP or recycling of water and other things. So do corporation has anything for this initiative to enhance this thing?
Yeah. See, we are coming with give a rebate in the tax systems. We have already had discussions with our body, and the body also very much positive on giving rebate when they go for the internal processing system of waste, solid, maybe sewerage and everything. If that is the case, when the proposal comes to us, like we are within this particular area, we are managing our own garbages and sewerage system, everything, and you are also using some of the non-renewable energies like solar or some wind energies, and we welcome that, and also we will be planning to announce that rebate system. Maybe body will take decision on that, and we are working on that.
Good afternoon, sir. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you for taking such a big step considering the conditions of Kalyan currently. Since we are going through a lot of trouble with the dumping ground, with the current situation of roads, you took such a great step. It was really courageous of you all to arrange such a summit here. I would like to ask you questions on two topics. One is the botanical garden, which was recently in news. I would like to know, as a citizen of Kalyan, I would like to know what exactly prompted you to take up a step to start up a botanical garden in Kalyan. Was there any severity analysis, or was there any report, was there any analysis done prior to taking such a step? Were the citizens asked that do we need a botanical garden or no? If in case you have reports for that, I would like to have them. And if it's available on the website, please let me know. And the second question is, it's about, you mentioned in your presentation that you're going to start up a mega hospital, which is a super specialty hospital, and it's going to be attached to a medical school, so that you can have interns working in your hospital, and the hospital runs, which is actually the problem with Rukmini Bai Rugnalaya right now, because you don't have doctors, that is why you don't have patients. So, but I would like to bring your attention to one point here, which I observed from my knowledge. A similar step has been started by the Delhi government. But what Delhi government has done instead is, instead of going for centralization, that is have one big hospital at one place, what they've done is they've started mohalla clinics in almost each and every ward or each and every sub area or zone. And they have, instead of people coming to the government, government is going out to the people. So are you considering any other options, any other alternatives instead of going for one single hospital? I would like to know about that.
So
Thank
I'll
you.
answer according to your order. The botanical garden is not a separate one actually. There is two reservations which besides the river. The one part is that city park, another part is the botanical garden. The city park, development of city park is not a today's concept, almost 5 years old, when the previous body and announced, and that was conceived by the previous body. Then after that, when we want to develop, we want to integrated development, so that next reservation is the botanical garden. So based on that, we have conceived the idea that we will go for development of city park as well as the botanical garden. So if it go for development at the same stage, and it will give them almost 30 acres, around 30 acres of land in the city park, almost 20-25 acres of the development in the botanical garden, and in between the river is there. So if that is the case, if you develop holistically, and it will give a good space for the citizen to have. And also botanical garden is not only for the amusement purpose, it is also to give the protections to some of the species which is very specific to Konkan area. So that also we can make a model for the, see in Kalyan if you take, we don't have any such a mechanism even in the surrounding places also for the educational purpose or research purposes. So we had a discussion with some of the colleges who are working in this field, and they also said that we need such a kind of facilities in Kalyan. So based on that we put together. That is the first part. Second part, you said about the medical college and hospital, and you have already said in your questions the answers also, and I'll just bring into that. We have already the peripheral functions. Peripheral functions means primary health is the basic service of the corporation. Any local body we can say, not only the urban, rural area also the primary health. For the primary health, primary urban health center is already there. We are planning to strengthen that services. That is the first part. It's not only that we are going to develop only the medical colleges, we will be strengthening the primary health centers which actually reaches services to primary services to the citizens. Why we want to think, why we thought about the developing medical colleges, the reason is that almost 95% of our patient goes to Mumbai. And it's so much burden actually. Mumbai, I had a elaborate discussion with the additional MC in Mumbai. It's a very costly affair. He said that if you want to start, it is a very costly affair. How we are going to bear experiences, that you think about it. That is the first reply I got it from the additional MC of MCG, Mumbai Corporations. So though even it is the very expensive, but when think about that, the 20 lakh population and which could able to give the specialty services to the citizen, and corporation is ready for that. So it is not only this one, the body has had a vision that we should have these things. Then, so after elaborate deliberation among the body, they came with that we have to do it. So we have taken the care of both the things. One is that the primary health, which we have to go door to door, and the second the specialty services which we should have.
So good afternoon, and I congratulate you for such a wonderful event that you had arranged. My name is Sunil Patil, and I am representing ESRI India. Today, I wanted to ask one thing is that about 27 villages that you had considered in KDMC. So in that, lot of illegal constructions are being popping up. So day and night, if you see every fortnight or every week, we are seeing that new construction is popping up without any approvals or stuff. So are there anything that you are arranging for curbing up this entire new illegal constructions which are popping up? Because it is giving there are two problem areas. One is the sewage system and the water supply, which is getting affected because of this.
Yeah. See, I think probably this will be the last question because of the time constraint. See, the 27 villages, as you said, for the water supply and sewerage, we have already proposed under Amrut Mission. So probably we'll be getting our DPR sanction. So we are submitting to the body, and the water supply and sewerage system will be taken care of in this. The first one you have said that illegal constructions. Illegal constructions, we have now, the planning authority has was declared by the government just a month before. So now really we started working on that, because without planning authority we cannot touch any building. So now we got our authority from the government. So now we are working on that. We have started survey, and whatever the constructions, we estimate around more than 8,000 illegal construction in those areas. So we will be taking up in a phased manner. We cannot take it in a single day or maybe in a month. Maybe in a couple of years, we'll plan it that every 6 months there is a movement on that. Thank you very much.
I thank you very much, respected Commissioner, sir. I request Shri UPS Madan, Metropolitan Commissioner of MMRDA, to present a memento to Municipal Commissioner for this presentation. A round of applause for both these dignitaries. I request my team members to remove the chairs. Thank you, sir.